In terms of how this dynamic plays out, George identified that periodically business profits and wages are squeezed by rising rents to a point that's unsustainable. This then forces cuts to consumer spending and business investment, which in turn reduces demand, which leads to business shutting down, which causes property prices to fall, which causes banks to fail, and before you know it, you're in a full-blown recession. We've seen these processes certainly take place after 2007, and if you remember that process, it took place in the early 90s, if you were investing at the time, or the late 70s, and so on and so forth, a periodical recurrence of industrial depressions. Until such time as there is some kind of recovery from whatever tools the monetary authorities seem to put in place to seemingly be acting to do something, and the whole thing can start again. Right, so that was his analysis. What he was not only interested in explaining why things happen, he also wanted to provide a practical remedy. And in essence, what he suggested was, in reality, to unleash the free market by negating land monopoly. And to do this, what he proposed was very simple. He said, we've got to stop taxing people's incomes and we have to stop taxing corporate profits. This was economically sound because, as we know, taxation imposes deadweight losses on an economy and depresses economic activity. But he also felt it was immoral to take away part of the added value that people and businesses create through their efforts and their risk-taking. On the other hand, he argued, we should levy a service charge that reflects the rental value of each site in the economy. And remember, that rental value reflects the quality of that site's location, and that site's location is a reflection of public investment in infrastructure to create value at that place. The brilliance of this solution lay in the fact that you enable people to, you didn't change the system fundamentally, you enable people to keep what they produce, but recycle the surplus back into the community for further development, which would then create more wealth, which would generate more surplus, and so build a virtuous and sustainable circle of prosperity. In a sense, he was a radical free market economist in a way that possibly no other economist has ever been.